I spent one whole week learning Blender. Just to answer the question, can you learn Blender in a week? With that, welcome to Learning Blender Day 2. Let's get right into it. My goal of the whole week is to create a kitchen. And that's why I'm going to start today with a cutting board, so I have something to cut in the kitchen. First, added a plane and scaled it approximately to the size of a cutting board. I used the actual cutting board that I have at my home for inspiration. Then I used the knife tool to try and make a cut into the cutting board so you are able to hold it. But for some reason, that didn't work like I wanted it to. I used loop cuts to try and make a form. But when I tried to delete the top, I've seen that it's connected to the bottom and it didn't even delete. I don't know why that happened, but I wasn't able to fix it, so I had to restart. Then I tried again with the knife tool. When I had the size I wanted, I used the inset tool with Ctrl Y to scale it to a good size to pick it up. But when I deleted it, the bottom was gone again. I still don't know why that happened, so I had to restart again. This time, I've gone from a different approach, but it still happened. I think somehow I connected the parts. I tried a lot of stuff and tried to find something on Google, but it didn't help. But after a lot of time and struggle, I finally managed to do it with a new approach. So I scaled it up to a good size to pick it up. Then I smoothed the edges with Ctrl B, the bevel tool, and it already looked pretty good. So I also smoothed the outside edges. And it already looked how I wanted. It's a very simple cutting board, but I like it. Then I textured it green like my actual cutting board, and it was done. Next, I needed something to cut. I went for a cucumber because it was simple to do for the first thing. I started with a cylinder and it already had the form I wanted, so I rotated it and scaled it to the size of a cucumber. When I had the size, I beveled it and it already was close to finish. But it didn't look perfect. So I started texturing, and with that dark greenish color, I was pretty happy. And it already looked like a cucumber. But still, it didn't have the smooth look and the lines a cucumber has. So I tried to start with that. First, I started with the tip of the cucumber because I didn't really like how it looked. I smoothed the tip with beveling it. It already looked a lot smoother. I shaded the cucumber smooth and it was a lot better. I tried to make it look more realistic, but I didn't manage to do it. So I adjusted the color to make it look darker like an actual realistic cucumber. And with that, my cucumber was done. For the end of today, I want to create a tomato. This will be more challenging because of the top of the tomato, and I want to make it more realistic. So I will adjust the form and I will have to do my first sculpting like you already see. I already had a good form for the tomato, but it had these black parts, so I removed them with sculpting a bit more and adjusted the heights. Then I subdivided it and I already was pretty happy. So I also did the bottom. After a lot of sculpting, the form was finished. So I started to connect the top because it didn't really look like an actual tomato. But that didn't really work as planned. So I added a new plane, scaled it down to the tomato. Connected it, and that already worked a lot better. With some adjustments, I had the form I wanted. I started to extrude the edges at the top, but it didn't really look how I wanted it to. So I only extruded them a little bit, then scaled them inside, and then extruded it more. And with that, it looked more like actual grass. It still didn't look great, but it was good enough for me. After a lot of time and doing all the other grasses, it looked like that. Then I start with texturing the tomato. Because, of course, I wanted the grass to be green, I had to separate it, and then I turned it into actual grass. Yeah, no, close up it looks really bad, but I know it will work for the kitchen because it will not be that close. For the rest of the day, I put the cutting board, the cucumber and the tomato into a scene, did some lighting in a little studio, and at the end I had this. It doesn't look great, but I'm proud of myself that I was able to do that on day 2, and I think it will work for the kitchen I want to do on day 7. And with that, day 2 comes to an end. I wish you all a nice day and see you tomorrow.